Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day seven, pick seven of my 31 favorite singers, frontmen who also regularly play an instrument. That's right, these are the folks that stand up there on the stage. They're singing the songs. They're also playing the instruments. They're playing guitar, playing bass, playing drums, playing keyboards, playing flute, sax, whatever, right? Vibes, marimba. Yes, but they also are the lead singer. So multi-instrumentalist in some cases play more than one instrument, also singing, right? Doing it all, contributing mightily to the music, whether it be live on stage or in the studio as well, right? So we've taken a look at some really cool ones so far this month. We've only just begun. We've only just begun. I digress. We have lots of cool folks coming still. I'm still kind of fine-tuning my list because there's so many great singers, frontmen who regularly play an instrument. I keep like coming upon other ones that I've forgotten and swapping out and doing all sorts of stuff. But today's pick, there's no way I'm swapping this person out. This particular guy showed up pretty high in my list of favorite vocalists of all time. He also placed pretty highly in my favorite bass players of all time. He's one of the greats. He is the voice of rock. None other than Mr. Glenn Hughes. Yes, you knew he was coming. You had to know he was coming, right? This guy is a freak of nature. He is one hell of a bass player, funky ass bass player when he wants to be. And he's one of the great singers of all time, whether he's singing hard rock, metal, soulful, funky stuff, pop, whatever. Glenn Hughes is the man. He is the man. And just think of all the choices I have. So this is where it gets interesting because it's like I try very hard uh, when I'm picking the albums, not just to pick my favorite three albums that feature Glenn Hughes, right? I'm really trying hard to think of because remember he also placed highly in those other two categories I talked about. So I'm trying not to just pick the same stuff over and over and over again. But here it's like I'm trying to pick albums that really feature their voice and whatever it is they're playing to the fullest, right? So I think there were some, there might have been an album or two I picked with him as vocalist that he didn't actually play bass on, right? And, the bass stuff could be anything, right? Or maybe the albums I picked for him with his bass skills, maybe he doesn't sing all that much, right? Because the Deep Purple albums are a perfect example of that, right? I could easily pick Stormbringer or Burn or Come Taste the Band for his bass skills because even though he does sing on those albums, it's him and Coverdale, right? It's not just Glenn. Glenn sings lead on just a handful of tracks, right? It's mostly Coverdale that does the bulk of the lead vocals, but Glenn is involved in all the backing vocals. So I wanted to pick some stuff where he's pretty much the full-time bass player and playing pretty spectacularly and the full-time singer, right? So that's generally what I'm trying to go for in these things. Just to kind of mix it up a little bit. Again, it's a great way to talk about more albums, right? We don't want to keep talking about the same albums over and over again. So in saying all that, let's get down to business and talk about my three favorite albums containing both amazing bass playing and amazing singing from Mr. Glenn Hughes. Let's see. I'm trying to go back in. Okay, so lots of choices, like I mentioned. And I believe I picked the album that came before this one on the previous episode for his vocal skills. Here, though, I think really his bass playing really starts to shine and his voice is amazing. It's the third Trapeze album. You Are the Music, We're Just the Band. So again, this is the trio of Glenn, Mel Galley on guitar and Dave Holland on drums, the Power Trio version. So this is the second album of them as the Power Trio, second and last album because he would go and join Deep Purple shortly after this. But I think more so than Medusa, which is great, and I like that more as an album in general, I think this album is a little funkier than that album, which is a little heavier, although this is fairly heavy in spots too. But I think his bass playing rises to the top a little bit more on this album. So you got, Keep in Time is terrific, perfect example, right? You got Coast to Coast, one of his signature early tracks. What is a Woman's Role? Way Back to the Bone just kicks ass. In fact, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I gave you a little teaser without saying it. This morning, I posted a little pic of me getting ready to do the morning show here, and the music theme was Way Back to the Bone. So gave you a little clue as to what the pick was going to be today if you happen to be paying attention. But Way Back to the Bone, man, he's just popping away on the bass, man. It's so heavy and so good. Feeling so much better now. Another great track. Loser is great. Title track, You Are the Music, We're Just the Band is amazing, man. His bass playing is just really off the charts on this album, on that track especially, and his voice just sounded amazing. There's a reason why Deep Purple scouted him. There is a reason why. So that's my first pick. Second, trying to go in like order that these came out. Geez, I don't remember what the years were. Okay, I'm gonna go with the first Black Country Communion album. Yeah, some great stuff on here. I remember how excited and jacked I was when this band got together, and this album did not disappoint at all. You know, Joe Bonamassa, Jason Bonham, Derek Sherinian. Yeah, Black Country. Oh, for his bass on Black Country is sick, so good. One Last Soul, The Great Divide, Down Again, Beggar Man, Song of Yesterday. So good, even though Joe sings that one, it's still amazing. They do a version of Medusa on here, which is great. Sister Jane is terrific. Too Late for the Sun is epic. Stand at the Burning Tree. Ah, so much great, big, fat bass, amazing vocals. Bonamassa's guitar, thunderous drumming, tasty keyboards from Derek. Ah, so good. All the Black Country Communion albums are really good. I still, though, man, I love the debut. So could pick any of them though. They're all really strong. All right, and next up, I'm gonna go with, and I believe this one was already covered when I talked about my favorite vocal performances from him. Resonate, terrific. This is his last solo record. God, it's so long ago, but he has a new one coming out this year. Looking forward to hearing that. But yeah, this is just so good. Heavy is great on here. My Town, Let It Shine, God of Money, When I Fall, Landmines, Long Time Gone. Oh, singing amazing. Big. It's, I really could have picked any of his solo albums specifically for his bass playing because his bass is always very upfront and prominent and full of fuzz and piss and vinegar on most of his solo records, especially the last bunch, right? And he's always singing great on them. But sometimes, he's got a lot of solo albums, and I find some of them a little interchangeable as far as like the songs go. But this is without a doubt my favorite Glenn Hughes solo record. I just think he really clicked on everything he was doing here, just so good. My Town, another terrific song. Just really, really strong stuff. So Resonate is my next pick, my third pick. Oh, I gave it away. I do have another one I want to talk about. There's so many. The Dead Daisies, two albums he did with the Dead Daisies, especially the first one, amazing. I almost wanted to pick that because that's really, really good. But I also want to throw the Iommi Fused album here. So Iommi and Glenn Hughes, this is great. He's also singing amazing on here, and his bass playing is great as always. I mean, just, I Go Insane is so epic. Dopamine, Wasted Again. Just killer, killer. Face Your Fear, so good. Grace, Resolution Song. Heavy, heavy stuff. I love these two guys together. You've heard me, seen me sing the praise of the Black Sabbath Seven Star album for so long, even though he's not playing bass on that album. Glenn sings amazing on that record. I know that whole period was a disaster for him, but the album still rules. And to hear them come back together on the 96 depth sessions as well as this. Great. I want to hear another album with these two. I want to see Glenn and Tony do another album together. It's got to happen while they're all still here with us, right? But yeah, Fused is great. So I gave you four today. You could pick Hughes Thrall, could pick any more of his solo records. You could throw in the three Deep Purple albums if you want. The Medusa by Trapeze, right? There's just so many choices. Like I said, the Dead Daisy stuff, a lot of great stuff. I didn't want to pick the John Norum album, Face the Truth, because he's only singing on that. I think I picked that for favorite vocal performance. He's only singing on that, but these have great singing, great bass playing all together. That's my pick for today, Mr. Glenn Hughes. So let us know what you think of him down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today. And we'll see you tomorrow, day number 8 for another one. Till then, visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, our Cameo page, and the Sea of Tranquility membership options all down below. Thanks, everybody. It's greatly appreciated, all your support, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.